Hello, this is Rexanna with Garden of Herbs, and this is going to be part 2 of my video series on books. And the herbal books that I'm going to be talking about here in this video is, first of all, thank you for coming back. Excuse me. I had to cut away for yesterday, and so we're back today. This first book that we're going to get started with is an essential oil book, but it's kind of like a Bible for essential oils. It goes over quite an array of essential oils and what all they're good for. The essential oils goes over quite a from your baths to like your, it covers a wide array. You would not just think that essential oils is just like, just to put on topically, but it's quite an education. And the reason that this teacher here, I'm going to hold it up so that you can see, I know that this book is like #1 in the United Kingdom and in America, probably more countries than that. But she is a wonderful teacher, and she teaches, her and her sister teach. I forget her sister's name, but she's a clinical, there's some information about her on the back, but she teaches, and she's a consultant aromatherapist with a doctorate in complementary medicine, and she's a researcher. And so it's not just something that people think is a lot of voodoo, hoodoo, whatever. This is real medicine. Aromatherapy is something that many people want to get into, but it does heal the body. There's not another word that I can use, but aromatherapy is something that the oils have been around, not exactly the essential oils, but the oils themselves have been around for before Jesus was born, in the temple in Jerusalem and around the eastern part of the world. And so, these aromatherapy is used highly when you put the oils on the body and you smell them, and they can go up into the brain. The olfactory system is very powerful, very powerful. It can set the mood for many things in our body and help in the emotional healing, the hormonal system. I go to it a lot because it will boost the immune system and many things. It's a great book to have. And if you have a friend like I do, it's great. And I'm not talking about any of these MLM companies. That's not at all what I'm talking about. And that's another video entirely. MLM companies is they're just selling you a product. They're not trying to they're not out to help you in your health. And I'm not going to talk about that, but they don't really have your health at heart. Essential oils are a big multi-level marketing deal, but I'm not talking about that. I would not buy from a company like that. I have in the past, and I really didn't know any better, but I've been educated now, and so that's all I'm going to say about that. But I now would not buy from any of the multi-level marketing essential oil companies. I just wouldn't do that. But there is a big difference in privately owned companies, and essential oils are very big business. And so that's a really good book if you would like to find out about that. But the Herbal Medicine book, it's a handbook. This book right here, I found out about it at school. And I bought it from the school library. And I bought it off of Amazon though, because the price that they had at the school library was a lot higher. I could have bought it at the school library, but I bought it from Amazon at a much cheaper price. And you can go on Amazon and buy it at a cheaper price. I know that a lot of people that are going to school to become an herbalist, they can buy this on Amazon at a cheaper price. This book has been around for a long time. This herbalist, he is an herbal medicine maker, and in this, he's got, they're really cool pictures. He talks about the techniques that he uses are from back in the old days. And a lot of people, like the bath therapies that he used and the formulas that he uses are from a very old school. And they're trying to, I don't want to say go away, but they're just not used very much anymore. And the oxymels and stuff like that for children, they don't ever need to go away. And the ointments and salves and balms and all that kind of stuff, the glycerins that people are so into, and I don't know why, like I say a lot, you know, there's different solvents that people need to use or that want to use. He's got all of that in here, the weights, the measurements, all that kind of stuff. There's all this kind of book right here. If people want to know about, I don't want to use this solvent, you know, vinegar tinctures versus alcohol uses. I mean, you know, every single solvent he's got in here, and that's the alcohol, the water. Now you don't need to mix all these ones, but I'm talking about all these different solvents. He's got everything broke down in this book, like exactly how to do every single tincture and how to do every single thing. This is a home manual. And this right here for a beginner, I know a lot of people get kind of afraid because they don't know, but this, he has step by step by step, you know, tinctures, percolations, just a basic tea. And he's got, like, in the front of this, I mean, single herb extractions. Like, this is an exact process of extractions. I think I got it on the extraction process. And that's chapter 5. Each how to make mead, which is kind of like wine, but not really wine. But all your solvents are in here, your oil, your water, your glycerin. There's so much to learn in this book. I could just sit and talk about this book and talk about this book. The beginning of the book, me having a certain type of belief system that I do, I was a little like, I'm not going to like this book. I'm going to throw this book away. I regret buying this book. But after you get over the first chapter, the second, the third, and the fourth chapter, you're like, I love this book. So anyway, I talked a lot about that book. But this book right here, this is a great book. That book is good. The Herbal Medicine Maker's Handbook. It's a handbook, really good. This here is the Antiviral. This is the same author. I got both of them. Stephen Bruner. He's got an antibacterial and an antiviral. A lot of times we don't realize that we have, we don't know, is it a sinus infection, is it a cough, or is it a cold, or whatever? Because your allergies can act like, I had a friend call me not long ago, and she was like, you know, I don't know what's going on with me. I have, you know, she was asking for my one remedy that actually had a natural antibiotic in it, and it was really her allergies, because we were having a lot of things go on in the environment, and I didn't want to put her on an antibiotic. Same thing as like the doctors, they rush to put you on an antibiotic, which you might not need to be on an antibiotic. You might just need something for your allergies. So that's really what has gone on a lot. Unless you ask a lot of the right questions, you may just be put on an antibiotic, which you don't need to be put on an antibiotic. Like me, I would not put you on echinacea, but is it something in the air, in the environment, that just needs some antihistamine or something like that? So these two books are really good to go together, because like, do you really need an antibiotic, or do you need an antihistamine? And so this book right here answers a lot of questions, and this book right here answers a lot of questions. There's so much that's going on due to the pandemic that you can find out. It has drug interactions with it. It says scientific research with it. It has the botanical practice in here. I mean, it has so much in here that I think every family needs to have because of the antiviral. And if you look at that book really good right there, you can order this off of Amazon. He also has, it's called story.com, STOREY.com. And Stephen Barner, I'll just hold it up there so you can look at it. Now this is the other one about natural alternatives and for the drug resistant, and these two books are awesome. Now the reason that I'm going over all this is because, to me, I feel like in today's society we need to have our own arsenal of books on hand in our family, so that we can have some remedies and just have some stuff, you know, in our there to have some tinctures or some solvents. And you know, you never know what you're gonna have. I have these. I bought this. I'm currently reading this right now. It's natural and herbal remedies, simple salves, teas, tinctures, and more. I make these when we go camping. Some simple salves and some things, some tinctures. Sometimes I have a video out that's on echinacea and elderberry syrup, in case we get a cough or a cold or something like that. You don't want to have a syrup that you want to take that's all messy. And I have a handbook here that's got recipes in it, that's got scientific research in it, but it's from a different perspective. It's got Russian studies, and I know Russia's not really popular right now, but it's got German, and it's also got Native American. A lot of our herbs and stuff we learned about from Native Americans. So this is a woman that, her last name is Hutchins, but it has 125 herbs, trees, shrubs, and other herbs that is very good. It's based on a classic Native American Indian herbology. And I like little books like this that, you know, it has dosages, and it talks about all kinds of herbs. Some of these herbs I already knew about, some I didn't. And this is just a tea book. This is just given to me by a dear friend of mine. And this is a tea book that has all kinds of remedies and recipes. And tea is a really great way. There's ways you can make tea. Bitter tea tastes really good. But tea is a great way to introduce to somebody who's just dead set against all tinctures, all syrups, all anything. Just invite them for a glass of tea. And it's a great way to help somebody understand that herbalism is not a terrible thing. And that's how I introduced it to my husband. And my husband is a big tea drinker now. He loves tea. So I'm getting ready to wrap this up. This is the end of part 2. Part 3 will be coming up soon. And I hope that you like these videos. I hope you subscribe to this kind of stuff. And I hope that you have a blessed day. I'll see you in the next part 3. Okay, have a blessed day.